as the weather heats up, so does the fat tire foldable electric bike market. And Aventon has sent us a new or refreshed fat tire foldable e-bike, the Aventon Sinch. We've reviewed the Step Through version, and they have updated their Step Over version. Let's compare those side by side really quick. Right off the bat, you can see the Step Through version, much easier for you to step through, just like so.
The big difference is the battery is built on top of the frame. It's still integrated into the frame, but it's on the top rather than slid into the frame.
So the battery is actually easier to remove on the Step Through version than on the Step Over version.
It's really easy. You just twist the key, pop it right out, and it just drops right into place. So these are Xiaoyang Aerosun rubber tires. So I do like these tires a little bit better because they're rubber versus nylon. The treading isn't quite designed as much for off-roading, but this is a hybrid tire profile. So if you're doing a little bit more street riding, this might be the better choice for you.
And that is opposed to this, a more aggressive off-road tread on the Step Over version of the Cinch. This tire though is made out of nylon.
The other differences is the colors. The Step Through frame comes in a moss green and a bonfire red, where the standard Cinch comes in the cloud gray, slick black, and a crust white. They've made a few changes to it, like the color display. One big thing they did fix on it is the throttle works now from a standstill, which a lot of people complained about in the past.
Let's do a walkthrough of this Step Over bike.
You have the throttle on the left side. It's a thumb throttle. It doesn't work in 0 pedal assist. It has to be in pedal assist 1 through 5 to work. So this is one thing I do love about Aventon bikes. All the new color displays are now connected to an app where you can track your ride, you can adjust the speed, you can change this from a class 2 to a class 3 e-bike. So many different variations of things, but I do love having an app to track everything.
So the two biggest changes for this Aventon Step Over bike, number one, the beautiful color display. So now it matches the Aventon the Step Through version. And then the other one was the paint job. So this color is something that they did not offer before. And what is the name of this color again?
Cloud gray.
And so this gray is a matte finish, and it's very nice with the dark kind of black or dark gray accents.
Coming up here on the right side, you have a 7-speed Shimano thumb and a trigger shifter. Tektro mechanical disc brakes on here. They work really well. I do prefer hydraulic disc brakes, but a lot of times with foldable e-bikes, when you go to fold them, it'll create air bubbles inside of the line, and it just causes issues with the brakes. So that's probably why they went with mechanical brakes. One neat feature that this bike has is it has a way to rotate the handlebars easily. So you can protect the screen when it's folded, and you can adjust the angle of the brake levers and the handlebars real easily. You can also adjust the stem on this e-bike. It goes pretty tall. Honestly, I never know why anybody would want it this high, but if you want to ride like a Harley Davidson, you're more than welcome to. On top of it, this thing does fold down real easily to make it fold a lot smaller. Coming down here, we have a 20 by 4 inch Kenda Crusade tire. It's a nylon tire. I do prefer rubber. We have the RST guide suspension here with 45 millimeters of travel, and you can adjust the lockout and also the preload right here. Coming on the other side here, you have the 180 millimeter brake disc with the Tektro mechanical brakes. Pretty easy to adjust if you need to. Through the frame, you actually have the battery integrated in here. Charging ports are on my side. So right there with the cover, you can press on the button to see the battery level, and you can stick the charging port right in without having to remove the battery. Getting the battery out, you just gotta grab the key, stick it inside of the battery, twist it out, and it drops out. When you go to fold it, make sure these wires are out of the way because these wires can get pinched inside of here. You just wanna make sure that those wires go in there so you can pinch them. And then once you get that in, locks into place and you're good to go. Coming down here, you have collapsible pedals. Moving back here, you have the Serra derailleur with the 7 speeds and a 500 watt motor with a peak output of 750 watts. On this side, you have a nice beefy Aventon branded kickstand, and then you have an easy disconnect here if you ever need to do a tire change. This is really nice. All bikes should have this because changing a tire and trying to get the cable all the way from the controller, it's a pain in the butt. So I do love that they have an easy disconnect right here. And then you have another 180 millimeter brake disc in the rear with the Tektro mechanical brakes. Right down here, we have a 52 teeth crank set with chain protectors, so you're not gonna have it pop out on you easily when you're riding.
So enough talking, we're gonna get our safety gear on and we're going to take this bike out for a spin. All right, we've got our safety gear on. It's a beautiful day for adventuring because that's what you do on e-bikes like this. So here we are, riding on this trail. This updated Aventon Sinch, there's a lot to like about it. Aventon does a great job with their colors. This is a great color scheme with the flat, kind of matte gray look. And then they always do a good job with their cabling, their cable management. Very nicely done. Aventon does a really good job grinding down these weld marks. You can see it's a little bulky there. Some people like seeing those bulky weld marks so they can know if the welding has been done to their satisfaction. The thing is, you don't have to worry about this bike as much because it comes with a lifetime warranty on the frame.
I just love how this thing rides for a foldable e-bike. It's pretty comfortable. It's not as cramped as some of the other e-bikes that are foldable. And then I do love that you have this throttle on the left side. I used to hate a throttle on the left side. I did prefer a twist throttle, but I do like having my hand free to shift and using my left hand because I'm not using it for anything anyways. The color display is by far the best display we've ever seen on a foldable e-bike. And an app to control everything. I don't know any other foldable e-bike that has an app that you can use to control your bike. I do love that they have a 20x4" fat tire on this bike. A lot of the foldable e-bikes have gone to skinnier tires. I love a fat tire, especially on terrain like we're on today. The other thing is we have the foldable pedals. It's just a great upgrade so you can make it even more compact when you're trying to fit it into tight spaces.
So this is a perfect portable cruiser that can get you on all sorts of terrain. We're gonna keep riding. At our next stop, we're gonna talk about the things that we don't like about this bike.
Another positive is that Aventon uses the Shimano Acera components, which is higher grade than a lot of the other budget e-bikes.
So the Aventon Sinch, it's holding up on these trails. You can take this thing anywhere. Take it on the beach, on packed sand, take it on these trails, take it on the road, take it even on some packed snow trails. But it's not a perfect bike, and let's talk about the things that we don't like about it.
There is a little bit of a delay when it comes to a cadence sensor. So just know that there's gonna be a little bit of a run out as soon as you stop. You can press the brakes and it'll stop that run out from happening. The front suspension, it's not very good for heavier riders. I can bottom it out easily, but it's not really designed for heavy off-roading. It's just designed to make the bumps a lot less on your body.
Some of the other complaints that we've heard online for these foldable fat tire e-bikes is you have this large stand at the bottom that people don't like. I mean, it is a big hook. So it's just one of the things that comes when you're getting a fat tire foldable e-bike.
I wish that this had hydraulic brakes. Mechanical brakes work fine, but hydraulic brakes are just far superior.
It's coming with very few frills. You don't have the fender, you don't have a light, you don't even have a bell. This is purely a foldable fat tire e-bike. That's what it is. And if you want some of those extra things, maybe a rack or fenders or a light or a belt, you're gonna have to get that separately. But as it comes, it's a very good product. We're gonna keep riding. While we ride, we're gonna talk about who we think should get the Aventon Sinch. Love how this fat tire foldable e-bike is not just portable, you can take it on all sorts of terrain, even on this packed sandy beach. Andrew, who do you think this bike is most suitable for?
This is great for the people living the RV or camper van life. Nice and portable. It's great for people who have limited space, and it's just a great all-around commuter because it goes up to 28 miles per hour. I love that you can unlock the speed on this bike.
And for me, this is a great adventure bike. If you're looking for a bike just to get out and explore, this is the one to do it on. Throw it into your trunk easily, drive to your destination, and then go explore more when you're on the bike. If you guys have any other questions, check out our full written review on ebikepedia.com. Thanks for watching, and remember, when you guys ride, wear your safety gear.